Hi, I'm Dr. Joan Borysenko, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about how I became interested in understanding the body, the mind, the emotions, and the spirit. So people frequently look at my curriculum vitae, and here's what they see. They see that I have a PhD from Harvard Medical School in cellular biology. And that overachiever that I may be, I have 3 postdoctoral fellowships also at Harvard Medical School. The first one was in cancer cell biology, and I became fascinated with, can we find a cure for cancer cells? That was a fascinating part of my career. But when my dad died of cancer, I realized I knew everything about cancer cells and nothing about people with cancer. And so from that experience, I went and I retrained as a clinical psychologist, and I did 2 more postdocs at Harvard. One of them was in the new field of behavioral medicine, and that would allow me to form a clinic for people with cancer, a mind-body clinic, which was my dream and my father's legacy. The third postdoc was in what was then a brand new field called psychoneuroimmunology. And it's the effect of our thoughts and feelings on the body's immune system. Now, people frequently say, well, wow, that's a big CV. What's the spiritual stuff? How did a person with that kind of background become interested in spirituality? And you know what? It was my spirituality that got me interested in science. I happened to have a mental illness when I was 10 years old. I had obsessive compulsive disorder. And a really serious case. I lived in a state of truly abject terror for a number of months. And then I had a transformative spiritual experience in prayer. And suddenly I knew how I could recover from that mental illness. It's an amazing story. 3 days later, I was perfectly fine again, able to go back to school. I'd had an experience of understanding that I was part of a larger whole, and that whole was love and loving. And I understood that as human beings, we're here to mature in love. And as the years grew, I thought to myself, I'm going to have to understand a lot in order to integrate that experience in my own life and share it with others. And I thought, I got to understand the brain. How does somebody who's normal one moment become emotionally really disturbed the next and then have a remission, a spontaneous remission, not only back to normalcy, but at a much deeper level of connection with herself, others, and the universe. So that led me to study brain science, and I'm still fascinated by what the brain is. It's way more than what's in our skull. Our whole body is an information processor that is really a brain. And we're in connection with information that comes in from many different spheres. It's fascinating. This is called the new field of interpersonal neurobiology. I'm totally fascinated by that. And that came from that childhood experience. Then, of course, I became very interested in psychology. Why do people become ill? What is human maturation? What's our best self? Forget about the bad stuff. What's the good stuff in positive psychology? So that became an interest of mine, and then I spent many years exploring spirituality and the mystical traditions that underlie all religions. And so that's who I am and what I want to share with you. I'm so excited about the adventure that we'll be going on together, an adventure that's going to deepen all of us and hopefully all our family, all our friends, and everything we touch. Thank you so much.